and welcome back for another episode of Reviewing She-Ra. This episode, doing something a little bit different. Instead of going over multiple episodes, I'm only going over In the Shadows of Mysticor, partially because this week has been crazy and I just don't have enough time to do 2 episodes, which is kind of sad because this one art piece took me almost 4 hours to draw for such a short video. That's really disappointing. And secondly, the next 6 episodes kind of look like they'll work better in pairs as opposed to doing this one with the next one. Basically, the next 2 episodes work better together, and the same can be said for the rest of the season. So if I was going to do a single, this would be it. But back to the actual episode. This one was kind of a mixed bag for me. There were a lot of things that I actually liked. So when looking back on this season as a whole, The Shadows of Mysticor was not my favorite episode. But looking a little bit deeper into everything and just kind of taking these episodes as they come and just kind of looking for things that I like and things that could have gone a little bit better, there were actually a lot of things that I liked in this episode. But in the spirit of switching things up, let's start with the bad first. Because I've noticed that I've tend to kind of leave these episodes on kind of a downer. So basically my biggest beef with this whole episode is Glimmer. Glimmer is not a good friend. Her dismissal of Adora seeing something. Oh, did you see a bunny? As a child growing up in a war, the heck? And as a commander in the middle of the war, what? Glimmer, oh my goodness. I don't know if the writers meant for Glimmer to be this agitating. And it's not just a one thing. She does this throughout the entire episode. Constantly belittling Adora and her stress or just honestly, I don't know what the writer's intentions are for Glimmer. Even because I'm going through this show after having watched all 5 seasons, I do not know what she is supposed to be. I do not understand her at all. And not in a good way. Oh, another thing that kind of bugged me throughout this episode was the inconsistency with the Sword of Protection. It wasn't even in Flowers of She-Ra when she didn't have it and then all of a sudden she did. This one was shot by shot. Sometimes it was there, sometimes it wasn't. And for me, I am really picky about details, so that was kind of frustrating. But other than that, I mean, it was okay. Yeah, I think Glimmer was the main reason that I did not like this episode the first time through, because everything else about this episode is amazing. Bo actually making an effort when Adora is still not calming down. His offer to hey, we could go get massages or hit something, calling back to earlier when she said that what she would do to blow off steam is to hit something. Bo was actually making an effort, and that was really cool. That was really good to show. A good way to show good, positive, healthy friendship relationships. Glimmer is not a good example of that. Another 10 out of 10 for me was Adora versus Shadow Weaver's shadow forms. That was done very well. Whoever wrote that part of the episode, props to you. That was some top tier. Oh man, I don't know what it is about mind games, but those were really, really good. And just all in all, taking Glimmer and the inconsistencies out of the episode, it was a solid episode. And one that really surprised me from thinking about previous watchings and stuff like that. I think there was something else that I wanted to say. Oh, and then at the end, Bo had to go and ruin it. when he was saying, "Oh, we've been bad friends." No, Bo. No. No. You were a good friend. Glimmer is a terrible friend and honestly kind of a terrible human being right now. Like, spoiled little brat. Ugh. Okay, but yes, Bo was an awesome friend. Adora versus Shadow Weaver, top tier. And yeah, that's the episode. So if you like this episode and you want to see more things like this, go ahead, leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if there's anything in particular you want me to talk about, any other shows you want me to review. If you have any specific requests for drawing something during these episodes, go ahead and leave those down in the comments. And I will see you next week.